What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, and we've got a brand new show to bring to you today. It's a player rating show that we're going to bring to you after every game from now on. And let's start the Crystal Palace ratings.
Alright, so let's start with Paolo Gazzaniga, who made his debut in this game. He came in late, he's our third choice keeper, and I thought he did really well. Sensational
debut. I was fearing the worst after seeing that Vaughan was injured, and after the first 5 minutes he looked a bit shaky. But he grew into the game, some amazing saves he made.
Yeah, especially from Townsend and from Scott Dan, two really, really good saves at 0-0 that could have swung the game in Palace's favour.
He kept us in the game.
Yeah. And I thought he looked really calm and composed. He was playing the ball short, he wasn't afraid to use his feet. But there was one moment in the second half he hesitated a bit, which Hugo wouldn't have hesitated at. Nearly cost us a goal, but other than that I thought he played really well. He was commanding, he caught a few corners as well. And I thought it was a really, especially considering this is his first Premier League game for over 600 days, I'm going to give him an 8.
Yeah, and as the Premier League gave him the official man of the match, yeah, I'd have to agree with that. Serge Aurier, poor performance, I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was a very Jekyll and Hyde performance. The stuff, in my opinion, the stuff he did well, he did pretty well. But the stuff he did badly, it was suicidal. Nearly cost us 2 goals.
We keep repeating ourselves with Serge Aurier.
Yeah, it seems so. I thought he started off when he first came, and his first couple of performances are really, really good. But these mistakes are creeping into his game more and more, it seems.
But they're really bad mistakes.
Yeah.
Those two mistakes could have really cost us yesterday.
Yeah, there was one he gave the ball to Townsend, who went through and nearly scored, needed a save from Gazzaniga. And the other one also to Townsend led to the counter-attack with Zaha, went around to the keeper. So Serge has really got to knuckle down and concentrate in those situations, because it nearly cost us two goals yesterday.
You do that against better opposition and we're really in trouble.
It's a goal. That Zaha chance should have been a goal. But saying that, I did think he did some things really well. He won the ball up the pitch quite a few times, and he was pressing high. So I don't think it was all bad yesterday from Serge, but the stuff he did badly was awful. So I'm going to give him a 4.
I agree. Danny Rose, first start back for a very long time, was it 10 months?
First Premier League start for 10 months, yeah.
Considering that it's his first Premier League start for 10 months, he actually had an alright performance.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
When you think of it as a normal Danny Rose performance, it's a very poor performance.
He was lacking that sharpness that we associate with Danny Rose. And he just wasn't that buccaneering left back which we see up and down all the time, and with that real pace and intensity. But saying that, he got forward a few times, he put in some nice crosses, he was involved with the goal, he nearly scored, and so he had some nice moments, but it's not the Danny we're used to just yet, but hopefully he'll get there. So I'm going to give him a 6.
6, yeah.
Jan Vertonghen.
Jan Vertonghen, another amazing display by the man. He's just become... Well, he is our best centre-back, I think.
And he's easily one of the best in the Premier League. He was, again, really solid at the back, always on the front foot, snuffing out any Palace opportunities. And as well, when we're in possession, he's almost like another midfielder, striding forward.
And when you're comparing this Jan to the Jan we had under Boas and under Sherwood, it's a completely different player. He couldn't be asked there, and now he's our best centre-back.
I thought he was absolutely sensational again, and I'm going to give him an 8.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Eric Dyer, I thought he was sensational. He's really putting in performances now. He had a bit of a slow start to the season, but now he's really come to the front and at the back as well, because he considers himself a midfielder, and I think his better performances this season has come from centre back.
And his passing starting to get back into range again. He was playing some really nice crossfield passes, putting us in nice positions, Toby Alderweireld-esque passes. So hopefully he can carry on this form. I thought, and it was another solid performance from Eric Dyer, so I'm going to give him an 8.
I'll give him an 8 as well. Davinson Sanchez, out of the 3, he was probably the weakest, but that doesn't mean he was weak.
No, he got caught out a couple of times from Zaha, who got past him when Eric Dyer had to clean up. But other than that, I thought it was a pretty solid performance from Davinson. Nothing too majorly wrong. He missed that one big chance from a corner.
Yeah, that was an open goal.
Yeah, which he definitely should have scored. But other than that, it was solid. His passing was okay.
I'll give him a 7.
I agree with that 7.
Harry Winks, another good display from Winksy.
He went off at half-time injured.
Yeah, which was a shame. But the first half he actually played really well.
Yeah, I remember him playing some really nice passes into Danny Rose, opening up the pitch. He's always on the front foot, looking forward. I think his aggressiveness was a bit lacking in this game. We didn't see him put in too many challenges.
But I think you kind of expect that after the week he's had.
Yeah.
for the couple of weeks he's had.
I still think it was a pretty solid performance, but I think you could see that injury affected him, because he stayed on for about 15 minutes after that injury, and he wasn't exactly the same. So I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I was thinking 7.
Moussa Sissoko.
He didn't do anything too great and didn't do anything too bad.
No, he kind of brought the ball forward quite well at times, but
he was trying to link up with Aurier, but it just wasn't happening.
Yeah, they linked up a few times, but it wasn't a great effect. But again, he was involved in the goal. He was getting forward. I think he did improve in the second half. Sissoko, he was getting forward in our forward play a bit, getting in the box. You could see that at the back. He tracked back quite well. I remember a few times he got the right side of Townsend. So I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, he couldn't be any more than a 6.
Christian Eriksen.
Eriksen was trying to create things throughout, but it was quite hard. It's always going to be hard for Eriksen when they've got 11 men.
He looked a bit tired, I think. He looked a bit lethargic.
Towards the end, yeah, but I think for the first half, for sure, he was playing well. You could see him trying to make things happen, but it just wasn't happening for him because, you know, when a team put 11 men behind the ball, he's got no space.
He struggled to create chances that he usually does. There wasn't, because he usually loves to play that ball over the top. There was just no space in behind. Yeah. Most of his good deliveries came from set pieces. I was actually quite impressed with most of his set piece deliveries. I thought they were quite decent. Nearly led to...
Well, you say quite decent, meaning he beat the first man.
Yeah, a few times. But he nearly led to a goal from Davinson Sanchez. But other than that, it was a pretty quiet game. It wasn't one of his best, so I'm going to give him a 6.
Yeah.
Heung-min Son.
Heung-min Son, I thought it was a pretty bad display from him.
Yeah, it was weird. And it was, to be fair to him, it was a great finish from him on his left foot. Really bent it outside the left post, and it was really at a time when we were on the back foot looking like we're going to concede. So it was a really crucial goal.
That's what the game needed, was a bit of a moment of magic.
Yeah,
because it didn't look like we were scoring, and potentially looked like they could have nicked one.
But yeah, saying that other than the goal, he really had a poor
everything
game.
Was going wrong for him. His touch was off. He couldn't really beat a man. Just literally nothing was going right for him. But luckily he pulled through with the
lovely
bit
finish.
of magic.
And also he missed that late chance as well, which he really should have scored. And also there was a time in about, I think, 5 minutes to go when we were looking to keep possession. Whenever we gave it to Son, he would take a heavy touch and lose the ball or try to take someone on. And it was actually really frustrating. And it got to a point where we got the ball and people were chatting, "Don't pass it to Son, don't pass it," because he kept losing the ball. But other than that, he did score the winning goal, so you got to give him points for that. So
what a goal it was,
and it was a great finish. So I'll give him a 6.
It's weird that, because you know, the player that gets you your winning magical moment only getting a 6, but that's what he deserves.
Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, I thought it was a quiet day from Kane.
Yeah.
Not much happening. Maybe he was feeling his hamstring a bit. I don't know. He got taken off 15 minutes to go, a bit precaution.
That's what he said. Pochettino said it would have been a risk if they would have kept him on. Again, this was one of Kane's performances where his best work was in his hold-up play and his passing, rather than being an all-action, getting shots off and stuff. I don't even remember one shot he took, to be honest. It was they snuffed him out pretty well. Credit to the Palace defence for that. I thought Saka had a fantastic game, by the way. He struggled to really get in the game. He took a knock in the first half, and that kind of he even said after the game that kind of affected him for the whole game. It was a pretty sore one, and you could see that he was down for a couple of minutes. It didn't look great.
The whole stadium holding their breath.
Please get back up, Harry. I was saying he wasn't at his best, so I'm going to actually give him a 5.
A 5?
Yeah, we just wasn't particularly. There was nothing to it really. It just wasn't a great performance.
I'd agree with that. Substitution of note was Dembele.
Yeah, so he came on at half time. Yeah,
I thought he was amazing. I thought he was pretty much our best player when he came on.
He was definitely one of our best players. There was more to the Dembele of old. He was keeping possession well. He was actually playing some nice passes.
Keeping the ball, shielding the ball, gliding past players like he does.
Yeah.
His last 2 performances have been pretty shocking, to be honest.
He didn't just come on and kick everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And he's come back, and it looks like we got the Moussa Dembele of old. So I'm going to give him probably a 7. Yeah,
I'd agree with that. I think a 7. He was by the 7. I thought it was a good performance from Dembele when he came on for the second half. Pochettino, I think it's difficult in these situations. Obviously, we won the game. It wasn't our best performance. It wasn't of the season, but we kept it tight at the back. We didn't give too many. I know Gazaniga made quite a few saves, and Zaha had that chance, but that was more down to individual errors than any sort of system mistake. I think the lineup was pretty decent. You know, he was forced into a few things from injuries.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him a 7. Like, subscribe and comment below. Let us know who you think your man of the match was. If you want to see the full match review, check out UFF. The link will be in the description below. It's a great football app with exclusive fan content. It's got football reality shows. It's got live chat shows. So check out the description, the link below to sign up for UFF. And as always,
come on you Spurs!